You are looking live, CyHawkThoughts fans. My name's Chuck Utek. With me, as always, is the man of the hour, Steve Myers. I don't know why he's having me lead off today. I should be bowing down to him. How about that game Saturday?
Well, I'm going to steal a little bit of what you said in your recap of Iowa's first victory over Northern Illinois. A win is a win.
There you go.
You can't really call it much more than that at this point. Kinnick was rocking. You can tell that. Big Ten Network, every time the crowd roared, my speakers went because they just couldn't handle the volume. Not the speakers, but the network.
Gotcha.
You know, the sound, the audio. So it was rocking. Both defenses showed up to play. It could have been a laugher, but instead, the Hawks and the Clones made it an exciting, ugly game. And I mean, do you see what I'm going? I mean, it was exciting, but
yeah,
you know, it probably wasn't for the occasional fan. Probably wasn't a great game for them to watch. But you have that in all sports. I mean, you know, there's the fans that show up for the big games. I mean, we've seen it in Super Bowls where it seems to be a low-scoring game. You know, it happens. You know, and you got a defense that's playing well, and the other team's defense playing well. You're gonna have low-scoring games.
Exactly.
Yep, they cause turnovers.
And a little bit of wind and
yeah,
and nerves because it is the big game.
Oh, and you saw emotions really quickly in that game with some personal fouls and things like that. And you're always going to have that. The adrenaline. You're playing your rival. You know, whose state is it going to be? So
definitely,
it is a Cyclone state now. So all you Cyclone fans, we get it for another 365 days. You can't argue with that. It's kind of funny. We've had 2 different trophies and 2 different victories now. So
no kidding.
Speaking of, what did you think of that trophy?
Not bad. I can't wait to see it like in 25 years when it's got a little age to it, a little patina, I think the people in the biz call it.
Well, with a 120-pound trophy, I'm sure it's going to be dropped one of these years, and that'll put a nice little dent in it and give it some character.
Without question.
So
Dents are character builders.
They are. Let's just dive into it.
All right, rock and roll.
Let's get the Hawks perspective. Give us your 3 and out.
All right, 3 and out. First off, my dad always told me. He said, well, I don't know if he ever said this, but he brought me up in the mentality that if you're playing a game and you score 2 points in that game and your team wins by 2 points, it was your 2 points that helped contribute to that victory. Okay, that's how it's brought up. I understand that. Mm-hmm. So if you're going through the line and you try to block a punt and you get more of the punter than anything else and no ball, and then the team scores 3 points and you lose by 3 points, then that's probably why you lost. That'd be my first thing is, for Iowa, cut down on some mental mistakes. I know that was a big play, emotions running high early in the game there, wanting to have a big stop, but look at it. After that field goal, no other points. Now, some of that was based on Iowa State breaking down inside the 10-yard line, but still no points. I mean, regardless.
Yeah.
You know, even if there's 3 field goals, anything could change the other way because maybe Iowa figures something out and gets a touchdown somehow, or they go for it when they wouldn't have otherwise. Who knows? All I know is that running into the punter, roughing him, 3 points, lose by 3 points, there's number 1.
And if you don't mind,
the
guy made a great move to get there. He made a great play. I was scared because at first I thought it was going to get blocked. Then I thought he did touch it, and then and then I find out that he didn't touch it and kind of saved our drive. What he has to do at that point, if you're a football player, you have to go in. And you have to basically sprawl out, hands out, like he did, but not towards the punter. You need to go in front of the punter,
6 feet away.
And well,
that's what Dolph said, 6 feet away.
Well, his angle was not there,
no.
and that's what caused it. Does he come as close blocking it if he uses the correct angle? Probably not. But at the same time, Iowa has the ball now.
Yeah.
So
and they drove it once, maybe they drive it again.
Yeah. good play by the guy in terms of what he was attempting to do. And
Dominic Galvis,
and he did get close.
Good hustle,
yeah.
Poor execution.
Yep, that's all it came down to. And trust me, Iowa special teams are going to be talking to him about the correct way to go in and try to block that.
Yeah, I'm sure Adrian Claiborne is sending him clips of the Penn State game from a few years ago.
So that was just a little thought on it.
Yeah,
I liked the play. I liked
hey, good hustle, poor execution.
Yeah.
You'll have that. It's an emotional game. He tried. Better than just running back right away.
Yeah.
But cost 3 points, lost by 3 points. Number 2. And this is nitpicking, but if a ball's laying on the ground, I know we're taught to jump on it, but maybe take a second and peek on each side and just see about grabbing that thing and running with it, because that would have been a touchdown.
There was daylight.
Yeah, there was plenty of room. And if it wasn't a touchdown, it's definitely field goal range, because they're probably getting inside the 20 with that. But probably a touchdown after seeing the interception later on. James Morris, again, made the right play from the standpoint that we see a zillion times. Just jump on the ball. You did it. When you got Anthony Hitchens right behind you, ready to scoop up and go. I understand, but, that would have been nice. And so that might be a week 2, but hey, that's what we do here. 2 and out. We got one more, I guess, to make it 3 and out, because 2 and out would be Canada.
Yeah.
We're not in Canada. Number 3, I'm going to go 3A and 3B. Defense, Iowa State's pretty good on offense. Yeah, it bent a little, didn't really break. That first drive, Iowa State looked really good. I got no problems with the defense. Defense is doing their thing. They can work on some stuff. They're going to be fine in the Big Ten. They're much better than I thought they were going to be. Offense, actually, I think is going to be much better than now, because when you're down here, there's nowhere to go but up. But they just got to work on catching the ball. I mean, I don't know how to put things more simpler. I don't think a lot of people are dogging on Greg Davis. I don't really think it's on him as much call-wise. There were some good calls, and if you're not getting total separation, or when you are, you got to catch the ball. And there were some pretty decent spots where guys were wide open and they're dropping the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Shumpert had one at the end he should have had. And
on that 4th and 10.
Yeah. And that puts the ball up to 35 at least, if not closer to field goal range. And
gives you more time.
Yeah, people are dinging on Vandenberg for the last, pass, but hey, trying to make a play. They were technically in field goal range, but 50 yards is a long ways, and got to get closer. Yeah, with the wind, you never know. And no, I have no problem with what Vandenberg's play. I have no problem with the play calling. Got to work on more execution, and parts of this year is going to be long, but hey, parts of this year are probably going to be okay, and Iowa's still going to a bowl game.
And I don't disagree with that statement at all. I think it's pretty obvious Big Ten might be a little down this year, and
especially after this week,
which sets up well for Iowa.
Yeah,
Cyclone fans, we could sit there and be a little jealous because do we go 9-3 with Iowa's record, 8-4 with Iowa's record?
It's possible.
It's a possibility. So I'll start my 3 and out. The reason it's a possibility is I'm going to start out just say defense. Okay, I think that was the key to this game was obviously the defense. But we were all over the field. We didn't let Iowa's running game get going. Iowa's known for their offensive lines and wearing down the defensive lines and making some holes and getting some good rushing games. It didn't happen. Kudos to the defense there. The stat of the week that I pulled out, and you can see that on Facebook, that is you're going into a hostile environment like Kinnick with 70,000 plus fans, all of them cheering and hollering, and the offensive line does not get one false start.
That's a good deal.
That's impressive.
Absolutely.
Because you know as well as I know that, because it happens to every team, but I watch Iowa State the most, so I see how often a false start penalty can kill a drive.
Oh.
You're at 3rd and 2, you get a false start, now you're at 3rd and 7. That's a totally different play call.
Absolutely.
That is a much harder. I mean, you may think 7 yards really. No, that is tough. Okay, 3rd and 2, manageable, especially when you have a guy like Jeff Woody. 3rd and 7, Jeff Woody's not going to pull. I mean, he could, but we're not going to put that on his shoulders.
Especially with Steele Jance, 3rd and 2, he can do anything. The whole playbook's open. 3rd and 7,
it limits it.
Yeah,
and obviously
a little more predictable.
Well, and then on top of that, it gives the defense a little more confidence. They have to go 7 yards.
Yeah,
we can stop 7 yards. At 2, it's like we can stop 2. It just might not happen.
Yeah.
So I mean that was huge, and I think the offensive line gave Jance all day a lot of times as well. So right after the defense has to come with the offensive line. I'm not even going to touch skill players today. So it's the defense, the offensive line, and then 3, Jake Knott. That was just an athletic. I'll say it, superstar.
It was. It was a great play.
That right there, he's in the NFL.
I would hope so.
Yep. And that was just.
I'm not a great talent evaluator at times, but
I'm not either. What do I know? But
that's why we're here, entertaining you.
That was just fantastic.
It was.
I mean, it was just a great play by a senior linebacker.
Who didn't get caught up in the moment.
No, and he just went up there, and a lot of guys may have gotten up there and tried to swat that thing, but he was like, no, let's just go and push it up in the air. And he did exactly what he needed to do. It came down. That's why you run tip drills in practice. You do that type of stuff. You don't regularly see that move to the field in the actual game, and he did it, which just phenomenal. And so I'm going to give him number 3 all by himself there. So
hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it was a great game. I was nervous. I'm sure everyone was nervous at times because you just didn't know what was going to happen. Is Iowa State going to fumble or throw an interception in the end zone? Yes, we are, and we managed to do that 3 times in the red zone. That's one thing. Steele, the first interception I thought was more of just like a bad throw than it was a bad call. The second interception, there's no way, even if you didn't see, was it Morrison?
James Morris.
Yeah, Morris. Even if you didn't see him cutting through the middle, you don't make that throw because I was looking in the end zone. It was going to get picked off back there anyway. He tried to Brett Favre throw it in there. That's one you just shouldn't throw. The other one, the guy might have been open. It just didn't get to the right place. So you can forgive a guy for that.
Yeah.
Okay? But the one where you're just like, there's absolutely no way, no chance at all this is going to turn out well, and he still throws the ball.
There's only one Brett Favre.
Exactly. So we're going to have to live with that.
Funny story about that interception. I'm driving in Matoma, Iowa. James Morris picks that off. Dolph is going crazy. I'm in the car. I take the hands off the wheel, and I'm running in my car, and I'm to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, midfield. And my stiff arm didn't work anymore, and thank goodness I had a stoplight as well.
And that was Jance. Jance got him and pulled him down. Jance is an athlete too, so you expect him to come back and make that type of a play.